The standard is ARCH.8.EE.B.5.8.2b. The learning target is I can interpret the unit rate as the slope of a graph. Define unit rate. Unit rate is only the slope when x equals 1. Slope is change in y divided by change in x. Use subtraction to find change in y and change in x. And I will explain this after you get all the notes written down. I will show you the graph on the next page. Graph 1. Start at 0, 0 and move up 4. Move right 3. For every point on the line, move up 4, right 3. So the slope equals 4 over 3. That means you changed or you moved 4 on the y-axis and you changed 3 units on the x-axis. So the unit rate is just the slope divided by 1, because for every 1 unit of movement of x, you move 4/3 y. On graph 2, start at 0, 12. Move down 3. That's a negative movement. Move right 2. That's a positive movement. So the slope is -3, because we're moving down, over 2. 2 movements of x. So the unit rate is -3/2 over 1. So you're just putting a 1 underneath the slope. Moving up or moving to the right is a positive sign. Attach a positive sign to your digit. If you move down or move left, use a negative sign. So let's look at our graph. So as I said, you want to move up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and move to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have a point. We can put that there. And then we move up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, move to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have 2 points, and as you can see, I've already drawn the line. But that's okay, that's what we were trying to do, because you can draw a line with only 2 points, and we have proven that the slope is 4/3, meaning for every 4 we move up, we move to the right 3. So the unit rate, if we take the slope and divide it by 1, we have to be able to say that when x equals 1, here, that y is moving up 4/3, and that's true. Let's look at our next graph. On this graph, I suggested you start at 0, 12 and move down 1, 2, 3, and to the right 2. So if you plot a point there, you can move down 1, 2, 3, and to the right 2, and plot a point there. And once again, you can go ahead and create your line. And because of that movement, we have created a slope of -3 over 2. That means every time we move down 3, we move to the right 2. So again, slope is found by finding the change in y, which is 12 minus 9, which equals 3, divided by the change in x, which is 0 minus 2, which is -2. So we've proven, again, that our slope is -3 over 2. You can write the negative sign in front of the 3 or in front of the 2. You can actually write the negative sign out in front of the entire ratio as well. So our unit rate then has to be the slope divided by 1. So that means every time we move 1 for x, so if we start here, let's try here. We move over 1 for x, we're going to move down 1.5, which is -3/2. And that's true. If we move over 1, we move down 3/2. And finally, there are 4 lines or ways to express slope. When you have a slope that is positive, your line will be moving up as you move from left to right, like you're reading a book. If you have a negative slope, your line moves down as you're moving left to right. If you have a horizontal line, your slope will be 0. If you have a vertical line, your slope is called undefined. And that's the end of this lesson.